live stream, guys. Rangers versus Manchester United. Our second friendly of the summer so far. And a blockbuster one, let's be perfectly honest. Manchester United, probably the biggest club, arguably in the world, probably outside of Real Madrid, the biggest club in the world. So a massive match. Sorry guys, I'm just going to charge my laptop quickly. But hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, get your score predictions down there below. 2 seconds. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I forgot to plug the old laptop in. Yeah, as stated, guys, Manchester United in town. A bit of a while since we played Manchester United. I always have memories of playing Man United back in 2011, I want to say. And to be fair, in those games, we never ever got pumped by Man U, to be fair. I think there was a couple of draws mixed in with some losses, narrow losses. I remember Rooney scoring against Rangers at one point, but I can't really remember too much of the results. I remember a 0-0 or a 1-1. I can't remember. But I remember Rooney scoring in one of the games. I'm sure one of the guys will be able to help me out down in the comment section below with regards to the last result that happened with Man U and Liverpool. But yeah, an interesting one, guys. Obviously, Rangers currently going for a bit of a rebuild at the moment. We'll, of course, talk about them, of course, in today's live stream, discuss all of the news that's kind of going on and about the football club, whether that be with regards to Tavernier, whether that be with regards to Haji, this stuff with regards to Morgan Whittaker. There's a lot of stuff to actually talk about over the Rangers space. We have got the team lineups out. No Tavernier's not in there. No Cantwell's not in there. So there's a lot of talking points, a lot of storylines in the Rangers team at this moment in time. As stated, a lot of fans getting slightly nervous as we're coming around to our start of our season and all that sort of stuff. So we'll discuss all of those later on. As for Manchester United, they're making moves this summer as well. Of course, I do keep an eye on the English Premier League a lot. And yeah, to be fair, their recruitment's been pretty poor. To be fair, if you're thinking about what Rangers are like with recruitment, Man U have been way worse in recent years. And I'm thinking Man United fans, if there's any on here, will be the first to admit that. But it looks like they're making moves now under their new sort of regime under Ineos. It looks like they're going for a more younger approach and bringing in players. I think they did just sign Lenny Yoro, probably one of the most exciting young defenders in world football. Real Madrid wanted him, but he ended up going to Man U. And then, of course, Ugart, I think, is on his way as well. And then they've got Matthias de Ligt. So, quite an exciting team that Manchester United are building for this season after their FA Cup win and their sort of takeover. But that's a good show from a Rangers perspective of how you can change the board and make changes up there at the highest level and change things around. That's what Rangers need at this moment in time at boardroom level. Change our sort of situation, and hopefully that the club can start making decisions right for us. But in terms of the team lineups, guys, I think there's a lot of people probably a bit disappointed maybe with the Manchester United squad. However, there is a debutant for them. We'll discuss their squad first, and then we'll go into Rangers and discuss our situation. But Onana starts in goal for Manchester United. Murray as a left back. Johnny Evans, Northern Irish. I don't know if he's of a Rangers persuasion. I'm not expecting him to definitely do so. Their new signing, as we're talking about, Yoro, Wan-Bissaka, Casemiro, Collier, Sancho, Mount, and then Amad Diallo, my man, Amad Diallo. Absolutely loved Amad Diallo. Absolutely misused at Rangers, and I'm glad to see him getting into the team and barking down there. What a player he was. And then Wheatley as their striker. So, yeah, not really a star-studded team for Manchester United, but there's still a lot of quality there if you're looking at it. Yoro, Onana, Casemiro, Amad Diallo, Mount, Sancho, all brought in for a lot of money. As for the Rangers side, it's Jack Butland in goal. He has a Man United link. Obviously, he was at Manchester United the season before he joined us. Sterling starts at right back. No Tavernier in the team, ladies and gentlemen. Suter as centre-back along with Davies, and Yefti out on the left-hand side. Diamande and Connor Barron in the midfield. And then up top is Cortez. I love Cortez. I can't wait to see what he's all about. Tom Lawrence, Scott Wright, and Dessers. So let's speak about it. Look, I know we're in pre-season. And the lineups are probably going to be changing, especially when we go into the next half. But looking at that team, if that's anything that we're going to be starting our Champions League qualifiers in the next couple of weeks, we're in big, big trouble. Dessers needs to go, Wright needs to go, and we need some new defenders as well. Davies, I don't think, is up to it. So, yeah, no Tavernier again in the squad. Remember, he wasn't in the squad for the Ajax game, but there's a lot of talk around at this moment in time with regards to his future. Is he staying? Is he going? I do think it is the end for James Tavernier, and we will see him depart swiftly. Whether that transfer fee is, I don't know what it is at this moment in time. What does squad Manchester United have? We look very weak, says King Charles Spaniel. Is Sterling's best position right back, or has he transitioned into a centre mid? He came through the under-21s as a striker. I think for Sterling, I think obviously he would say that he's a right back, and I think that's probably his strongest position. But having said that, he has been a bit of a utility boy as of late, and he's done quite a lot for us. We've seen him play in central midfield. I did think he was quite good, but it's good to have that depth there with him. I do think I want to see what he's like at right back. I don't think he's ever played right back for Rangers because Tavernier's always been there. So it'll be interesting to see if he can fill that position, but something new along that right-hand side, especially if Tavernier going out to the door. But guys, what do you think down there in the comment section below with regards to Tavernier's exit? Or any of you is against him going this summer? Scott Wright is about to give Manchester United a footballing lesson. I like how optimistic you are, my man, but I don't think that will be the case. I don't think Scott Wright is going to be giving anyone a lesson. However, fun fact for you, ladies and gentlemen, and if there's any, I'm sure everyone's here is a Rangers persuasion, but if there's any Man United fans in here, I'll tell you something really, really interesting fact. Amad Diallo and Scott Wright started in the same team. Amad Diallo, of course, a hot prospect with Manchester United. And Amad Diallo, Scott Wright started ahead of him in a Europa League final. Would you believe that? Yes, I still can't believe that. We've still got Scott Wright, and Amad Diallo looks like he's moving on to better things. That kind of shows the mismanagement in our football club. Amad Diallo couldn't get a game over Scott Wright there, and one's playing for Manchester United as they look to try and win the league title and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, Amad Diallo starting Scott Wright starting over Amad Diallo. An interesting storyline there indeed. I found out that Rangers rejected the thing. Yes, they did, yeah. If Scott Wright is a starter, we need to get to the market pronto. Exactly. To be fair, in terms of the actual business that I want to say, I know it's been a lot of doom and gloom, but I want to see, I think a lot of people are underwhelmed by Cortez so far because of him coming in January, and he's not a sexy brand new name, is he? He was already signed in January. He was January's problem. But I genuinely do believe Cortez will have an unbelievable season. If he can stay fit, obviously he had that injury, but I do think that was a really, really good coup by us, and I thought he was fantastic when he started, and he was a player that we've been crying out on that wing position for a very, very long time. So whilst there was a lot of doom and gloom, getting him back, I thought was a massive, massive coup for this football club, and it's good to see him starting, and hopefully we can start building up that fitness and make sure he's ready to go, of course, for the start of the season. So yeah, a very, very good signing from Rangers on that behalf, and again, I'm looking forward to seeing what he's all about. Interesting there with Jadon Sancho. I thought, I know he's not obviously a Rangers, but because he's Man United fans in here maybe, yeah, I'm surprised with Jadon Sancho, actually. He's obviously starting and stuff, but I thought he was unbelievable. Well, I say unbelievable. Borussia Dortmund. I only watched the Champions League games like probably most of you guys, but I thought he was absolutely fantastic playing in the Champions League semi-finals and stuff like that. And I don't know, it's interesting to see if Manchester United will actually give him a chance this year or wherever he's going. I don't know what the plan is for him, but yeah, an interesting situation with regards to him. But guys, as always, do let me know your score predictions down there in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're about 3 minutes away from kickoff. I'm going to get the game up now, and we're going to go through the last of the talking points before we get on. For those of you just joining in, starting lineups are as follows. Rangers do have Butland in goal, Sterling, Suter, Davies and Yevdi. Diamande and Barron start in the midfield. Cortez, Lawrence, Wright and Dessers up top. In the Manchester United team, a bit of a watered down United team. Unana, Murray, Evans, Yoro, Wan-Bissaka, Casemiro, Collier, and up top is Sancho, Mount, Diallo, and Wheatley. So, yeah, a fairly decent side there from Manchester United. A few random people that I've never heard of in my life, but it is what it is. It's a pre-season match. You're going to get that at this time of year. And I think this is more to make a little bit of money between the two, Rangers and Manchester United. I don't think they really care too much. It's a training game, and it was probably there to make a little bit of a bag, to be fair, as well, because they're charging 58 quid for a ticket. So, yeah, it's just what they're up to. And I'm sure Manchester United, I think, has a lot of fans in Scotland. I mean, they have a lot of fans worldwide, but I'm sure they have a lot of fans in Scotland as well. So it is what it is. But guys, if you haven't already, do get involved in the old live chat. We can talk about anything to do with Rangers. As I said, I'm still waiting for kickoff. We're about 2 minutes away. But as I said, do let me know any talking points that you want to discuss. What do you think with regards to the Yanis Haji news that broke out last night? Do you think Yanis Haji is a player? Would you let Yanis Haji go? And how much would you let the player go for this summer transfer window? And where do you think he's going to go? Where realistically do you think Yanis Haji is going to be going this summer? As I said in today's earlier video, I'm surprised how we've never really marketed that guy's name. As I said, he's been a player that's, I think they sold in Romania. I think his wedding was a main skeptical, and everywhere to do with Romania, everyone's talking about Haji. So yeah, it's interesting that we've never really marketed the player and done well with the player. We've always kind of never really done much with it. What's happening with Rangers TV here, guys? We're about 2 minutes away from kickoff and nothing's happening. Let's have a little look-sees. Well, our first pre-season friendly, though, troops did end in a loss to Ajax. As I said, I don't really look too much in it in that first one. Is it a 15-minute delay till kickoff, is it? I didn't know that. Fuck's sake. Well, it looks like we're going to be spitting game on here for about 15 minutes then. Yeah, wait, let's have a little look. What's happening? Right. Yeah, kickoff is delayed for 15 minutes. Fuck's sake. I didn't know that. Yeah, well, let's talk about the Cwell situation. As stated, kickoff's delayed by 15 minutes, apparently. So, take of that what you will. Quite annoying, quite frankly, but it is what it is, I suppose. Yeah, Cwell. So apparently playing in the B team. I don't know what the situation is with regards to Cwell, but what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is it time for Rangers to let go of him? Do you think he's a player that should be staying at Rangers? Do you think we should be doing a lot with him? What's your thoughts with regards to Cwell? Again, with Cwell, I've always said the situation with Cwell. I've always felt that he's a player that plays great with the pressure off. I think when he first joined in that January of 2023, I thought he was fantastic, but the league was already gone. It was already done and dusted. But I thought he was fantastic. And then going into the new pre-season, last season he was missing for a lot of the time. And then as soon as Celtic had won the league title, he stepped up and started putting in performances. So I do think he's a player that does go missing. But having said that, if we can get some money for him, again, we should be looking at £4 or £5 million minimum for Todd Cwell. I genuinely do believe that if we're trying to get rid of the player, or if we're trying to see where the player's going to be going this month. Certainly. Well, hold up. Yeah. What do you guys think of that Morgan Whittaker stuff, by the way, troops? Yeah, what do you guys think of Morgan Whittaker? Do you think those stories are true or not? How do you feel about that? Cwell out, big Phil doesn't rate him, and that's enough for me, says Summers. I mean, I would let him go. I would let him go if it's that time. Like, I don't think there's anyone there in that team at this moment in time where I'm like, right, I don't want them to go. Of course, the new boys that have come in, and obviously I can't judge them. Apart from Jack Butland, the only players, there's no player that I wouldn't put a price tag on. Again, I'm not including the new boys that have come in through the door, whether that be FD, whether that be Cortez, Diamande and all that, they still have time to sort of prove themselves. But anyone from the old guard, everyone's got a price for me, bar Jack Butland. And even that, Jack Butland does have a price. I mean, if someone came in and offered 25, 30 million pounds, you'd definitely have to bite their hand off for it. But for me, I'm not gonna look at it too much in detail. I think the more of the old guard we let go, it leaves more space for new talent to come through, says Scotty John. Signing Whittaker for 4 times what we refused to pay 18 months ago is such a Rangers thing to do. It absolutely is. But I don't know what is the situation with Whittaker. I remember under Bill in January of maybe 23? Oh no, was it last summer? Was it last summer? 18 months ago, January, yeah. So it must have been Bill. I remember he was talking about getting Whittaker. We were very, very close to getting him, but it obviously fell through. Then there was reports that we could go get him in the summer, but we obviously chose not to do so. Nowadays, he's 23 years old, plays for Plymouth Argyle permanently now. Had a fantastic season last year. Obviously, he was at Swansea at the time. We were negotiating a deal for him. But as stated, played 40 games last year, scored 20 goals. That's an unbelievable return. And bearing in mind, Plymouth were a side that were stinking the place out. They stayed up by the skin of the teeth in the Championship. So for him to score 20 times or 19 times in 40 games, 3 of them being assists, is not a bad return at all, the fact that he's 23 years old. So I would absolutely be all over that signing, but then you've always got to raise the question, well, how the heck did we not sign him when he was available for £1.5 million 18 months ago? It's always begs those questions with the recruitment team, but an unbelievable signing, I personally would think, and he wouldn't be at Rangers very long. And that's the way that Rangers might see it, is, they might take that financial risk and go, well, we pay £7 million for him and he'd be gone for £20 million in X amount of time. So sometimes you never not got any money. You can obviously speculate to accumulate through investments and stuff like that and do all those kind of things. Not everything you have to raise money for, but if they genuinely do believe, Whittaker is an opportunistic signing that's going to do very well, go on to be at the top of the game, then there might be a possibility where they do make that investment, but probably look to try and cash in on him in 2 years' time. So it's one of them, and something that they'll try and do, maybe wheeling and dealing. Cwell, Lawrence, Dressers, Haji, Golden, Tav, Davies, right out. Use the money to bring in some quality. Well, going through those names that you've just suggested, just to discuss, guys, if you are just tuning in, there has been a delay to kickoff. Kickoff is now at 4:15 British time. So yeah, another 10 minutes to go till kickoff. But just whilst we're waiting, we can speak about certain players, keep, sell, and all that sort of stuff. I think Charles just gave us a good list there. But he said Cwell, Lawrence, Desses, Haji, Golden, Tav, Davies, right out, and use the money to bring in the quality. Well, as I said, let's discuss some of those players. As you can see there, Cwell, right? Cwell, realistically, how much could you get for him? Well, he's English, he's Premier League proven, he's not done a bad time here. I think you could definitely get £5 million for Cwell. I definitely do believe that. I think, the thing is, right, if you look at players within the Scottish Premiership, and I know there's some Celtic fans that are in here, and I'm actually going to give Celtic some credit, they know how to sell players. And I know sometimes it does take a little bit of time, of course, to build your reputation up as a selling club. Celtic have got quite a lot of players that they've sold, a bit of a decent track record, whether it can be, Wanyama, Van Dijk, and all these kind of players. They've got a decent track record of selling. Jota, Dembele, Tierney, all these ones. Whereas us, we haven't really got any. Our biggest sell is kind of Calvin Bassey, and that is kind of it. We've never really had a big sell. So we're still trying to build ourselves up within the market as a selling club. Looking at that, Celtic, if Cwell was in Celtic's team, they would definitely get £7 to £8 million for him. 1,000%. As I keep on saying, I bring up O all the time. Who remembers O? What did O do last year? They got £4.5 million for him. And you're saying that, there's 1,000% Cantwell had a much better season than O. So if Rangers wasn't able to get £4 or £5 million for him, then fucking hell, we're in a bad place. Because O went for £4.5 million from the same league, and Cantwell was levels above him as a player. And also with the English the English tax as well. That should be more. Lawrence. Again, I think Lawrence is a decent player. I actually do like Lawrence, and I wouldn't mind him sticking around, to be fair. But again, like all the players we mentioned, they all have their price tags. And again, I would probably be looking at him for about £2-3 million that we could probably get from him. Again, another free transfer that came on big wages. That's something you always got to remember as well. He came on big wages as well. But yeah, I think we should be able to get £2-3 million from him despite his age. Desses. Well, the going rate's apparently £4.5 million. I mean, we fucking paid £4.5 million for the player. Some good numbers as well, and sometimes teams do look at just stats and not give it the eye test. So we could get £4 million for Desses. There is a possibility, there is a world in which we could. But we'd have to move pronto on that one. Haji again, £3 million. Bare minimum. I know he's coming into the final year of his contract, but he's still a Haji. £3 million for Haji we should be able to get for him. It's his name. You should be able to market that name and get him sold in the right way. Tav, $4 million. We're talking about Goldson. It's always going to be hard to shift because I think he's shite now. But, talking £1-2 million, I'll still take it for him. And then Davies is always hard. Wright, I mean, fucking hell, we couldn't give away Wright at this moment in time. But I do like Wright. He's kind of always cutting about. But yeah, that's it. A decent little list there that you gave us. But interesting. Only big money player we can have is Butland, but we can't really afford to sell him unless it's £15-20 million. Again, I think Butland would be worth £20 million because he's Premier League proven. He's English as well, as I keep on saying about this English tax. The teams down the road, they need players to come in as backup and take up the homegrown spots. He's Premier League proven, and he would never let you down. He's had an unbelievable season last year, a really, really good goalkeeper, but at the same time, he's also English, and you've got to capitalise on that, and that's a part of the marketing strategy. People at Rangers don't know what they've done. I am in two minds. Part of me is wanting to get rid of the old guard, but at the same time also worried that there will be no experience in the squad. Don't know if that would be a good or a bad thing. Well, I'll give you my 20 cents just while we're waiting for the game to start again. Well, listen, with regards to the old guard, how long are you going to hold the bag for? We've been burnt so many times. We should have sold Alfredo Morelos for £16.5 million back in 2019 when we had the offer. Then we were then given another chance to sell him to FC Porto for £12 million, the year we won 55. He should have went then. But we left with the bag, and now look at him. He's let back in Colombia. He's worth fuck all. Genuinely, I'm worth more than him. The other matey, Ryan Kent, again, left with the bag. I think we had an offer of about £13 million. And whilst it's not, I know we paid quite a lot for him. I think it was £7 million. But we still had a bit of an offer. I think from Leeds were always sniffing. A couple of other teams were kind of sniffing. But we were held with a bag again with him. So we paid £7.5 million for him. He left on a 3, and look, he's stinking the place out in Turkey now. So we're always held with the bag. What do? Keep rejecting offers for Tavernier and hold him on? He's 33 in October. It's the right time to go for Tavernier. And the same would be for Goldson and for Lawrence if there was any money on the table, if you're talking about the old guard going out to the door. So again, Mr. Time waits for no man, and you should always try and cash in on these players. And if we can get players out to the door, then we most certainly need to be getting rid of them if you're looking at their age profile, because time and time again we're left with the bag. Now, the good thing about Bassi is that we sold him when his stock was high. That's probably the only time we've actually done something well as in the transfer business. And people were like, no, we need to hold on to Bassi. No. People offering us 20 million quid for Bassi. I love Bassi, but he weren't worth 20 million pounds, I don't think. Obviously 10, 15, I would say, but we sold. That was a good opportunity at that time where we sold when he was high, and we got a decent reward for him. Again, more players that we really fumbled the bag with. Kamara, he was worth £10 million. There was an offer for £10 million for him, and then we ended up selling him for €5 million to Leeds United 12 months later. So half of his valuation dropped, and he's just made another £10 million move to Reims this summer. Another one was Aribo. We sold him for £6 million when I think he was worth around £15 million a year previous. So we are always often held with the bag. So people getting sentimental maybe about players like Tavernier, Goldson, all of these guys, it's definitely the time for them to go out the door. And as I said, you're looking at Tavernier, 33. I love Tavernier. I love his numbers and what he's done for us. But you shouldn't be relying on a right back for your goals. I know the numbers are there, but the numbers will come from other places. Ultimately, we'll have a new set piece taker, a new penalty taker. Someone else will take penalties, preferably a striker. So their numbers will be padded up a bit better and they'll have more goal contributions. In terms of set pieces, yes, he scores a free kick now and then, but we've got other people in the ranks that will be able to take a free kick. And that also means that Tavernier won't be on every single throw and every single corner. And some of his corners, by the way, guys, sometimes they do hit, yes, but some of them are honking, man. Some of them are absolutely honking, and some of his crosses are honking as well. So it's definitely the time to let him go, and I'm not sentimental by it whatsoever. My favourite player, I'm not afraid to admit that from the last sort of 9 years, but definitely time to let him go. Ian Campbell says the board needs to get their act together quickly and back the manager with quality players in the next few weeks to give us a chance to do something in Europe and win the league and stop Celtic winning. Well, that's the thing, Ian. Unfortunately, we fucked it up, genuinely. I'm sorry for my French, but we did F things up a lot after 55. And I know it's an always saying that everyone talks about, but we did. We sat around and didn't... Gerrard said a famous line that I actually use in my day-to-day life now. And it's about being complacent. But he said, you need to fix the roof whilst it's sunny outside. So whilst you're on top, whilst it's sunny outside, go and do the fixing. Fix the roof. There might be a few malfunctions or somewhere in your house. Go fix it whilst it's sunny, because when the storm hits, you don't want to be fucking up that roof and trying to sort things out and fix the roof whilst it's pissing down with a storm. We're currently in that storm. We've been in that storm for about 2 or 3 years now. So we're up there with the ladder trying to fix it, and we can't fucking fix it. We're struggling. So we should have strengthened from a position of strength after 55. We didn't. We had a great season in the Europa League, managed to get a bag. We didn't strengthen on from there either. And we sold Gio van Bronckhorst down the thing, and we employed a car salesman as a manager. So from there, 55, we effed it. We should have fixed the roof. We were given a second chance, by the way, because whilst we didn't win the league the year after, we got to the Europa League final and we made a lot of money, a lot with Bassi as well, and that was the time to reinvest, but we didn't, and now we're in shit, basically, and this is where we are. And then it got even worse, when we got to the point where we're going, actually, you know what? Oh, we've come up with an idea. We're actually going to back the manager this year. We back a car salesman, Michael Beale, with no director of football, and he set us back a couple of years as well. So we are in shit state. There is no getting by it, but we all got to stick together, and hopefully this storm does pass, and hopefully Niels Cooper can do something. Anyway, enough of me rambling on, guys. Kickoff is about to start. Rangers getting us underway. Rangers going from left to right. Manchester United going from right to left, and kickoff, ladies and gentlemen, is about to get underway here at Murrayfield. Now, I do like Murrayfield. I was saying that recently earlier. I do like Murrayfield. I probably would have preferred it, to be fair. Selfishly, I probably would have preferred it playing at Murrayfield over Hampden. I do think it's a much better stadium, a better atmosphere. But obviously, I've got a feel for the Glaswegians, the life and the soul of the club, them travelling every single week to get to Hampden. So, whilst it's a spectacle for me, I would feel a bit more sorry for the fans that are travelling week in and week out, and they don't want to be going up to Edinburgh every single weekend, or even during the week sometimes. But yeah, a foul there for Manchester United as Dessers goes down to the floor. Johnny Evans, man. Fucking hell, he's still playing as well. Jesus. To be fair, that's a centre-back I would be. If Man United don't want him this summer, man, I wouldn't mind Johnny Evans, actually. He'd be a good player for us. Is he Northern Irish? Now, I don't like to get too much into the politics of Northern Irish. I think people will know more than me, but let's have a little look about Johnny Evans. Let me try and dig to see if he's a Rangers man or not. Belfast, United Kingdom. It could be one or two ways, that, couldn't it? Well, he plays for Northern Ireland, so that's a good sign. Guys, I think I'm being a bit too digging into what his background is. But you know what I mean. It's you're either Rangers or Celtic, usually, when you're from there. So, let's see if he's a Rangers man or not. Oh, he might not be a Rangers man, but you usually sway to one or the other. I'm sure someone will be able to help me out. I can't find anything in his career. But he's old, but I would still take him. I still take him better than what we've got. And he's starting week in and week out for Manchester United as well. Man U out to Unana. Ball down to the left-hand side here for United. United moving forward is Lenny Yoro, probably the second most expensive defender of all time. Here comes Tom Lawrence. Now Rangers down that right-hand side and ball goes out of play there. And I think that's going to go out for a goal kick there. Lawrence couldn't quite put it in. So there is a bit of a link here, actually. There's a bit of weird links here. Casemiro's made a foul, actually. The referee's given the free kick. Casemiro, not a happy man. But there's quite a lot of ranks. There's quite a lot of things here, storylines here, if you like. Tom Lawrence actually started at Manchester United. Amad Diallo played for us. On loan. Jack Butland played for Manchester United. So there's a few little storylines between the two clubs here. Man United reserves versus Rangers. I mean, they've got some decent, mate. You can say what you want. This is our second pre-season match, mate. And to be fair, there's some fucking good players in this team, regardless. So it's better than playing any of the shit that would have in the league anyway. So I don't know what you're coming up with. You know, this is a good team. It's better than anyone that's in the Scottish Premiership. In fact, this team here for Man United would beat Celtic. So it's a good test for us. You know, we don't have to have all of the stars on the pitch, but you know, a few would do. It's pre-season, second pre-season. Chill. Man United back in possession again. Ball out to that left-hand side. United pushing forward. Now that's the delivery down there to the left-hand side of United. Looking to try and create an attack. Let's see what Rangers' defence is made of. Can't believe we're going into pre-season match 2. 2 weeks away from the qualifiers, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got fucking Davies and Suter starting games for us. Love it. Absolutely love it. Joking. Hate it. Here come Man United now with another throw-in just outside the box. Ball down that left-hand side of United. Passing the ball nicely. Oh, in fact, Rangers just pick up on a bit of lost possession. Man U going back the other way. Driving forward yet again. Blocked there again by Rangers. But Manchester United quickly asserting themselves on the game. Amad Diallo with a nice little gesture earlier. To be fair, as I said with Amad, I thought he was, as I said, there'll be a few Man U fans maybe in here, but Amad was a player that I just felt we didn't get the best out of utilise. He played his first game for us, I think it was against Ross County, he scored a goal, and I thought, oh my God, this demon we've got on our hands looks unbelievable. But a positive, such a positive guy to have in and around the team. He was always positive despite not really starting every single game. And to be fair, he probably joined us at the wrong time, despite us getting to the Europa League final. But, you know, to be fair, I think that maybe a little bit more experience that he would have had, that if he come up to us the second year, came with us as a full season instead of the January, I think he would have got better into the team. But I really liked him. I thought, you know, I didn't think he necessarily suited Gio's football. And I don't think he necessarily suited Scottish footballs. You know, Scottish football's a hard one to get into. But I felt like there was definitely potential there. And he's doing really, really good stuff right now with Man U. I think he had that loan spell at Sunderland. He got the goal against Liverpool in the semi-quarterfinals of the FA Cup, extra time. He was the man, and they obviously went on to win the FA Cup. So he's doing bits now, Amad Diallo. He's one of a few players that, of course, have won the Scottish Cup and the FA Cup. So there you go. Cracking record for him. Ball forward here for Rangers. Dessers looking to make something happen. That first touch is honking from Dessers. And do you know what? Actually, Amad Diallo was back-to-back runners-up in the Europa League. You know that. He's got 2 of those medals. No, I mean, if you look at his stats for Rangers, he's played 10 games and 3 goals. Three goals. Yeah, won the Scottish Cup. And obviously won his FA Cup this year, so. Yeah, not bad, not bad. I mean, he played 12 games last season, to be fair. Breakout season with Sunderland in the Championship. He did a good job, to be fair. Here come Man U again. That's right, of course. Sir Alex Ferguson played for Rangers, and he is a legend down there. Oh, of course, there you go, Alan Austin. I didn't even know that one, mate. Yeah, of course. But I mean, I was saying, like, in terms of the players that are currently now, I was looking at the players that are currently playing. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Walter Smith was at Man U for a little bit. Yeah, Alex Ferguson, of course, played. Here come Manu again. Manu just pushing forward, looking to try and make something happen. Cleared away again there by United. Ball over the top. Was back to the halfway line. United just driving forward once more. Just going all the way back to the defence, just holding, keeping possession. But I wonder what Rangers are going to do. Did anyone tell me, troops, if what Johnny Evans' background is? Is he a player that we could go for next year? Oh, is anyone still on the fence with Pepe yet? Would you? Okay, looking at Rangers transfer business this summer now. I know I brought it up about a month ago, and everyone was like, "Nah, don't do that." But oh, here come Man U. Good chance for them. Stop there. Ahmed Diallo, demon. Chill out, Diallo, lad. I do like Ahmed, man. I do like him. I'm a big fan of Ahmed. Sorry. Yeah, as I was saying with that Pepe thing, I think I brought it back like a month ago when the Euros just started. He was having standout performances for Portugal. And everyone at the time was like, Dan, you're mental. Why would you want him? We've done all that day. We did the Bruno Alves and all that sort of stuff. Why would we bring Pepe to the club? Well, looking at our transfer business now and looking at the defenders that are starting, John Souttar and Ben Davies, would you take Pepe in this team for a year as a stopgap if the wages were reasonable? Yes or no? Let me know down there in the live chat. In fact, I'm going to make a poll because I'm really interested. Would you take Pepe at Rangers? Here we go. Let's set this one up. Pepe, Rangers. Now here comes Dujon Sterling. I want to get a good look at Dujon Sterling down that right-hand side. As I said, Tavernier has been an ever-present figure on that right side and always, on an attacking sense, did play a crucial role for us. Ball goes back over to Butland, though. Rangers back in possession. Manchester United giving chase also, though. Butland there with a small distribution. Out to Davies. Davies plays it well. Another chance for Rangers again. Oh, here comes Sterling. Now, this is a good chance to see his advancement now here. Sterling gets fouled. Brought down. That should be a free kick, referee. It absolutely is. No getting away from that. Here come Rangers again down that right side. Quick bit of play. Oh, down in the box there, Desses. Nah, nothing there. Puts the thumbs up though. Lenny Yoro with his first sort of interception as a Manchester United player. Really weird transfer situation. I was following along with it because there were quite a lot of clubs that were interested in the player. Obviously, Real Madrid usually get the players that they want. Real Madrid apparently flew him out to the Champions League final, were working on him, but didn't want to pay a transfer fee as he was on the final year of his contract. But Manchester United went to pay a second highest transfer fee for a defender and managed to bring the player in through the door. And yeah, interesting. Ball there, back by United. Comes back out to that left-hand side now here for Rangers. Opportunity headed away again there by United. Yeah, and they've managed to pip Real Madrid to this signing. There was talk, though, that Lille were threatening him that we'll be playing on the bench all season if they didn't accept the transfer fee. I mean, he's on a healthy wage, but interesting to see what happens. Man United has been a graveyard as of late in terms of players developing, but it does look like they are turning a leaf in terms of what they're trying to do with new, not new owners, but, well, kind of new owners. They came in and brought a 25% stake. I think Ineos operating the football operations at Manchester United at this moment in time. And it looks like they're going in the right direction. Here comes Dujon Sterling. Dujon Sterling back over to Diamande. Diamande just a quick one there again to Barron. Barron forward once more. Barron goes back over for Rangers in the middle of the park. Another switch play there by Barron. Liked to see what he was doing, but bit too much power on it as the ball goes up to that left-hand side and goes out for a throw-in here for United. Comes Wan-Bissaka. In terms of that poll with Pepe, troops, by the way, people are taking part in the poll, and so far, 57% of you have said yes. And troops, if you haven't already, please do hit the old like button and subscribe. As I say, we're on our way trying to get to 100 likes. So if you are a Rangers fan or if you're Manchester United, do just hit the like button. It does help out the channel, subscribe and all that good stuff. As I said, keeping you entertained for this match. Do let me know if you want to start some conversation down there in the live chat. Any questions with regards to Rangers or football in general? Ball forward once more there for United. United playing it back to Evans again. Evans all the way back to the goalkeeper, Unana. Speaking of David De Gea, as I came live earlier on today, guys, David De Gea, former Manchester United goalkeeper, away, took a year off, has put like a time glass sort of thing with regards to his situation, and it looks like he's going to be joining a new club very, very soon. So one to watch there with regards to Manchester United. For those of you wanting to know any other games, a few other friendlies being played at this moment in time. Saturday being used as a day for it. Come Rangers again. Rangers with a free kick this time. Ball given away there by Manchester United. United. Actually, who have we got next? Oh, here we go. Sterling. And he's offside that time. I mean, already early on, looking at Sterling's deliveries on that right-hand side, not as sharp as Tavernier. I mean, you see, guys, it's been 14 minutes. I'm not going to judge the guy solely on that, but yeah. Rangers 1882 says, good for him. He needs to leave Man United. He wasn't getting a game at all. No, I think he was getting a game. I think he played every single game. I just think he left the summer, at the end of the 23 season. But I think he's returning to football now. Birmingham next. Oof. Down to St Andrews. I think that's for a tribute match, isn't it? To be fair, probably where I'm going to start looking at the results a little bit more in terms of the performances. Because that's next week, so we'll have another week of pre-season under us. And hopefully we're going to be looking a little bit better than we have been thus far. Yeah, we've got Birmingham on... No, sorry, this Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Then we've got... Fucking hell, the season's so close, isn't it? Gee, 2 weeks today. Wow. 2 weeks today. It does feel weird, doesn't it? It does feel weird that the season's about to start in 2 weeks. Bloody hell, we've got so much stuff to do in 2 weeks. Two weeks, man. Fuck. How do you feel, guys, about the season starting in 2 weeks? Do you think we've got enough to go on and win a title or not? Having said that, Celtic haven't made too much additions either. I think they bought Cash for Schmeichel in, they bought Bernabeu or whatever. But they've not really brought in any other players either. In terms of where the two teams are at this moment in time, there's not too much difference. Last year it was a mentality problem for Rangers. It wasn't quality as such. We should have beat Dundee. We should have beat Ross County. Those were the game. Motherwell at home. Those were the three games that probably effed us up. Dundee, Ross County and Motherwell. Won those games, then probably there was a good chance that we probably would have won the title still. So mentality more than anything last year. Hopefully the players will learn from that. Obviously a sprinkle a bit of quality as well. But looking at striking options, sometimes I don't think what's happening with Bojan Mivioski, what's happening with Lawrence Shankland, proven strikers in this division that we could be bringing in that are a lot better than Cyril Dessers. Rangers pushing forward once more. Another opportunity. Oh, a shot from out at distance. Tom Lawrence looking to try and get a goal from his former club. I'm not too sure how many games he played. How many games did Tom Lawrence play for Man U? Did he play a game for Man U? I don't know about that. Let's have a little look at Mr. Lawrence's career. I should screen share. Oh, he has played a game. There you go. Tom Lawrence has played a game for Man U. He played one Premier League game, one appearance in total, one Premier League match in the 2013-14 season. If he played the season before, he probably would have got a Premier League winners medal. But that was the year with Louis van Gaal. I think they won fuck all. Here come Man U. Oh, chance for United. Probably should have took the lead. Good opportunity there, just out wide. Good chance for Man U to take the team. Take the lead. Following that, he played for Leicester City. Then he went to Rotherham. Fucking hell, his career is messy as anything. He joined Leicester and ended up going out on countless loans before settling at Derby County for 170 appearances and then joining us. He is 30 years of age. Welsh international, made 23 appearances so far for Wales. They got Man U outside of the box. Another opportunity for him. Decent. Man U out to that left-hand side, and again, ball goes out of play, and that's going to go out for a throw in there for Rangers. Oh, sorry, it's going to go a throw. No, it's a free kick there to Manchester United by the looks of things. I feel nervous for Rangers because they're so unorganised. Into the Man U says, David Connor says, nobody should touch David De Gea. Taking a year out tells you all you need to know about his attitude towards football, all about the bag. Our B team could win the reserve league with Lammers and Cantwell. Mate, I don't want those two at the club. They need to go. Oh, to be fair, Cantwell. I don't mind Cantwell, of course, but I mean, Lammers needs to be going. But this is the opportunity. This is the thing I was going to say. Whilst Manchester United taking this free kick, an opportunity for them now quickly. Approaching the 20-minute mark, a bit of kerfuffle there in the box between players. But as I said, I was going to spark a conversation quickly about that Cantwell oofed. And that's going to go out for a corner kick there to Manchester United. So sorry, as I was discussing with regards to Man U, as I was saying with regards to Manchester United, Man United, am I talking about Man U? Sorry, Cantwell. With Celtic, again, I hate bringing up Celtic, but they are in the same division and it's always a good way to do. If they wanted rid of Cantwell, he would have been gone out the door. Another one with Lammers as well. If a player broke a goal-scoring record in the Netherlands, which is a superior league to the Scottish Premiership, by the way, that's not opinion, that's facts, we would be getting a sufficient figure. Celtic would get a sufficient figure for him. We can't get any money for him. It's because of the fucking damn wages that we pay these players. No wonder why they don't want to go anywhere. 25k a week for doing hee-haw. Don't know how Lammers managed to bag £25,000 per week. Really don't know how. Magor, good to see you, my man. Cifuentes needs to go as well. Absolutely as well. All of them. I don't know what Beale was doing last summer. Cifuentes was the one that I was surprised by the most, genuinely. I've now given up with the MLS. I genuinely do believe the MLS is a poor league just because of the players we've come. Matt Polster was meant to be this something really, really great. James Sands at the time was meant to be this wonder kid coming into the football club as well on loan. He stunk the place out. To be fair, it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that great. It didn't live up to expectations. And then, of course, Cifuentes was probably the best player in the league. People were saying, LAFC were looking at him as like the new star boy, and he was absolutely rank rotten for us. So I really question making any signings from the MLS these days. Guys, if you haven't already, please do hit the like button. We're on our way nearly at 100 likes. Please do hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Also closing in on 30,000 subscribers on RFC News, which is fairly big in the Scottish football space. There's not too many with above 30,000, apart from, stalwarts that have been in the game for a long time. So, for a kind of smallish niche, it's fantastic to see. Nearly there. William Ainsley says we have no chance at the title this year. It pays, but why though? Why not? Why can't we win the title this year? Just a question. I'm just asking a question. Why can't we win the title this year? Because I begrudge this Rangers side more than anybody. I begrudge Rangers recruitment more than anybody, but. Celtic, I know it's still early, it's still 6 weeks to go in the transfer window, but Celtic haven't made any crazy acquisitions yet. I don't see them improved too much. Kasper Schmeichel, is he an upgrade on Joe Hart? Debatable. Probably is a little bit of an upgrade, yes, for the goalkeeping position. But in terms of the quality on the park, they will lose Matt O'Reilly this summer. where is the additions that they've currently got that's going to take them to the next level? They haven't made any yet. So, whilst saying I don't think our recruitment's been that great, there's still 6 weeks to go in our transfer window so far. But if you compare the two teams now, there's still not too much difference between the two teams. As stated, there's still 6 weeks to go left in the transfer window, and they could spend the money that they do have. They have a lot more money than us, especially if they're getting 20 odd million pounds for Matt O'Reilly, then they can invest that into 2 or 3 good players. But right now, history tells us as well, and I think Celtic fans will be the first to tell you, they don't really spend money. They don't really back their manager in the transfer window. But they do spend money, but they don't. Every summer's the same. They always say, they're going to be spending this, that, and the other. They're going to be getting all these Champions League proven players in through the door. It never really happens. It doesn't happen, and they'll be the first ones to tell you that. So we'll have to wait. I think it's 6 weeks out. Yeah. Oh, Manchester United there with a free kick. And that goes, I think, a save there by Jack Butland. David Connor says, because Celtic are better all over the park and that before we make the signings. I don't think you're better all over the park. That's what I'm saying. It was close last year. I think Rangers bottled it last year. That's the thing. Look, Celtic rightfully so won the title. Not taken away from Celtic. Whatever. But Rangers played a massive part in losing that title. We shat the bed. We were deer in the headlights. We lost Motherwell at home at Ibrox. Should never happen. Regardless of how poor your team is. Pedro Canacha team beats Motherwell at Ibrox. Ross County and Dundee. Those were the 3 games that cost us the league title. And you could say, yes, Old Firm performances weren't good enough. Absolutely, you're correct. But it wasn't actually the Old Firm games that cost us the title at that time. It was Motherwell at home, Dundee and Ross County. And that was down to mentality more than anything and just shit in the bed in general. So a few additions. I think a more prolific goal scorer. We said in January if we brought Lawrence Shankland in, would Rangers have won the title? I absolutely do think so. Yes, I do genuinely believe that. And that's something that Rangers will have to live with now for the rest of time. But if that is anything to prove, is that we can't go into the season without another goal-scoring proven striker, whether that be Mivioski, whether that be Raminari, whether that, of course, be Shankland. We need someone in to be better than, who's proven to be better than Cyril Dessers, because I can't watch another season of watching that tit ping balls, over Hampden in Champions League qualifiers. I cannot do it. My heart can't do it. My eyes can't do it. I just can't. I don't want it. We'll be fine. I have a feeling too much pish negativity. It can't go that badly. I've seen worse teams. Worse teams. David Connor says, Edward 10 million, Julian 7.5, just 2 names, but we do spend, just don't overspend like some diddies. No, I'm saying, yeah, you do spend. No, I didn't say you didn't spend. But I think every summer transfer window's the same. I think, last summer you guys all chucked your toys out the pram, stating that the Celtic board didn't back Brendan Rodgers. Look, I'm having a debate with you. It's not me putting a dig in. Celtic, as I said, were a better team than Rangers. Last season, of course, I agree with that. Trophies, the trophy count doesn't lie. But to say that you guys, for the money that you have, and you do have, I hate to play it, 3 years of Champions League money, big sales recently as well, you should be far and away and out of Rangers' distance. You should have invested loads of money, and there's just no ambition from your side of things. And to be fair, it's probably our fault, because Celtic board could probably be going like, well, they don't do fuck all anyway, so we don't need to strengthen up. So that's the problem with it. But the thing is with the Rangers board is that, well, I'd like to think that if we were in Celtic's position with the money in there, I'd be pulling my hair out. The fact that we wouldn't be progressing in Europe year in and year out, and league title contests being as close as they are if we had all that money in the bank. That would just be my opinion from a Rangers side of perspective. I'm really looking at the team and the subs, and I'm really worried, says Matthew Edmondson. There's still a lot of work to be done. I said it last week. There's a lot of work to be done with this team. There's still players that need to come in. There's positions that need to be bolstered. I'm so worried about the striking position. I'm so worried about the defence. I'm so worried about the midfield. I'm so worried about pretty much every single position on the park. Genuinely. I'm worried. I am worried. That's the truth. But there's still time in the transfer window to go. positive news that we were speaking about Morgan Whittaker potentially coming in through the door. So we'll have to watch for that one and wait and see. Who knows? That would definitely be a very, very big signing and a very, very big coup. But we'll have to watch. Jason says, anyway, Celtic were lucky last season, though it was always a flung the league rather than Celtic won it. Just fact. We did flung it. Well, Jason, look, mate, you know where I stand on things. Of course, I do believe we did fling it, of course, as you said. But equally, we did lose 4 Old Firm games. Well, no, we drew 1 and lost 3. So, down to that, I do think Celtic also won that because they won the Old Firm matches. So, they did beat us head-to-head most of the time and also won the Scottish Cup. So, they are a better team than us. Otherwise, we would have at least won 1 Old Firm game. They are a better team than us. But there's not that much difference between the two. Man U still coming forward on that left-hand side. Another opportunity now here again. Man United looking to try and get through this Rangers team. But again, blocked and cleared away there by United. Romani and a central midfield needed. Didn't we get Hamza? Yeah. Yeah, but he's apparently, to Clement, he's not ready to start. Which, again, I don't mind. I don't mind a transfer strategy be buying gems to develop over 2-3 year basis. I don't care about that. I actually don't mind. I'm all for that. But at the same time, we do need talent to come into the team right now. Players that are going to make an impact right now. So, yeah, I'm all for, bolstering the team with young players. I absolutely don't mind that. But we do need players that are fit and ready to be playing now as well. Have you seen ourselves? Then there's players we have versus yours. 1888 says... 1888 says, well, you can't say both things, CFC. You can't say that, well, Celtic dropped plenty of points too and still won. Well, how do you know? As I said in January, you can clip it up on transfer deadline day. I said who wins the January transfer window will win the league. We didn't get Shankland in, and that's why we didn't win the league. I said there was a whole season that it was a team. It was a battle between who was shitter. That was it. There was no good team. I don't think Celtic were good last season. I don't think Rangers were good last season. But it was the difference between who was going to be shitter, and ultimately it was us who were shitter in the end because we shat the bed against Ross County, Motherwell, and all the other rest of the teams. So that was the truth. Ball forward again. Man United have been dominating this last 20 minutes. That's nothing we've really been talking about. Man U have been dominating us a little bit, to be fair. We've been under the cosh a little bit, to be fair. When was the last time we had an out-and-out striker? Antonio Sholak. Some tit fucking had a great idea, a genius idea. Oh, he scores goals, so let's sell him for less than he's worth to fucking Palmer. Bring Serial Dessers in. I knew that. I mean, you can get the clips from last year. I swear, right? Look, we were doing the transfer news last summer, obviously announcing deals, talking about players. Look, I was was getting behind Bill and what he was doing, of course. Look, there were some signings that he made were good. Seema, Jack Butland. So there wasn't a complete disaster. But you can go back, look at the videos that I was talking about Lammers and Dessers when they signed. To be honest, I was like, I'm not filled with confidence with these signings. Because guess what? They're strikers that last year scored 1 goal each. They scored 1 goal each. And I was thinking, well, it's going to be one of those do-me-up jobs. And I was like, why take the fucking risk when we've got Antonio Sholak chomping at the bit? And, Dessers there with a shot. Antonio Sholak, who was chomping at the bit, it was unbelievable in that first start at Rangers, in a rank-rotten team, by the way, played as part of getting us to the Champions League, but in a rank-rotten Rangers team that was littered with injuries as well. We were talking about, I remember there was a time in the season, I think September, October, people were actually having a debate going, Erling Haaland and Antonio Colak in the same sort of breath. Because obviously not that too far, but they both had the same goal-to-game ratio. Colak was like 9 and 9 at one point. He was doing mental numbers. And either way, Bill didn't like him, whatever. And that's all good. That's fine. He sold him, but bought fucking Lammers and Dessers in. And they stunk the place out. So it was always an interesting one. So if you're talking about an out-and-out striker, Colak was that, but it didn't really work for whatever reason. I thought he was a great player. We started the season with one of the worst managers in the game. I mean, it was Bill. He was rank rotten. And if you want a testament to what Bill was all about, he was even worse at Sunderland. The mess that he created at Sunderland was really, really bad. Jason Roberts says, remember guys, also Danilo will be big for us this year. To be fair, Jason, you do make a good point. I always seem to, whatever reason, I always seem to forget about Danilo. I'm not too sure why. I don't know what it is. I do often forget about Danilo. Maybe because for me, after you've come back from an injury that he's had, sometimes players aren't the same. So I can't hang my hat on it that he's going to be a good player. I'm of course hoping he's going to be a big top player for us next season. But I just almost feel with those level of injuries that have been out for half a year and all that kind of stuff, they need time, and are they going to be firing, hitting the ground running? Here comes Scott Wright, by the way. Oh, he loves a goal. Wright nearly scored it. I would like Armstrong from Southampton, but won't happen. You constantly say Celtic are crap, but you can't beat us. Mate, I'm going to say 1888, whatever. I will sit back, I'll stand by it. Celtic are crap, but as I said last year, Rangers are worse. That's the if Celtic are good, mate, then you do something in Europe. You do nothing in Europe. You're not good. You're good in the Scottish Premiership, but we're just rubbish. We're worse. That's the problem. How has EFD looked in these two friendlies? I think he looked pretty good, to be fair. He definitely looks an upgrade on that left-hand side. It'd be more interesting to see when we're dominating possession. I genuinely do. Ball forward here again for Man U. Chance just outside the box now for United. Ooh, that just goes wide of the post. Opportunity. Beckoning. Casemiro. There's a lot of talk with the old Jamie Carragher, and I think I remember seeing that clip going viral. Leave the football before the football leaves you. About Casemiro. A lot of people saying that he was done at the highest level. However, still starting the pre-season friendlies for Manchester United. There is rumours that apparently he could go to Saudi Arabia. I would take him at Rangers. I would take him at Rangers. Heartbeat. Alone, Man U pay all his wages. I would love that. Man U with a corner. Really good bit of play. Rangers been caught. Oh, good bit of defending there in the end. Now we're on a counter-attack. Here come Rangers pushing forward. Maybe something to get from this one. Rangers going down the left-hand side. Opportunity. Oh, been closed down. Who was that? Who the fuck was that slowing down like that? Who's that? Is that Yefty? I mean, this is a realistic game that could come up in our season. Who cares about Europe? Domestic is the bread and butter. Europe is a bonus. I mean, look, as I said in the Europa League run as well, what would I rather win? The Europa League or the Scottish Premiership? I still stand by it. I would rather win the Europa League, 1000%. But, yeah, you are right. The league is the bread and butter. And it's not going to be every single year that you win the Europa League or get to a final. So, yeah, of course, you always got to prioritise the league. But I'd still say, yeah, I'd rather win the Europa League than the league title, 1000%. Right, I'm going to ask another poll, troops. I'm going to ask another thing quickly. Well... Oh, here comes Dessers, by the way. Oh, chance. Oh, shot. An honour. Good save there. So Celtic try and do just enough to every season. Yeah, but that's not ambitious enough. I mean, I'm frustrated because we don't win fuck all, but we win absolute hee-haw. But I would be frustrated from a position of strength because we've been there before after 55. That fucking infuriate me. You know, no ambition to move forward, by the way. I would never. I'd hate that. I really, really would hate that. You know, you win the league, you know, sweeping up all those domestic honours and hoovering up all the money that they're doing and stuff. And as I said, I'm not afraid to say that. Yeah, they're a lot richer these days. But I would be infuriated by not being ambitious. That would piss me right off. It really would. It would piss me off, to be fair. But we're on a start of our process, hopefully, troops. We're on the start of our journey. Hopefully things can change a little bit. It might take a little bit of time, a bit of teething pain. But do you know what? As a Rangers fan, I just want a project to get behind. I just want something to get behind and just, you know, I'm not going to go super crazy about it. I want to be a bit more, you know, something I can grasp on. I want a few players that are likeable in the team. Young group, a player, you know, that are likeable, that work hard and all these kind of things. I really, really would. Yeah, I'm really, really up for that one. And then, you know, if it takes a year, 2 years to win the league, I'll be patient. But as long as we can go on a dominance there on afterwards, we win the title again and that's it. We go on a 3-4 year period. That'd be amazing. And man, you have taken the lead. And it's Amad Diallo. Good to see he's not fucking celebrating. Amad Diallo, man. Just caught open there. Diallo, no celebration from him. Rangers boy, of course. And Man U have taken the lead. Amad Diallo opens the scoring. And as stated, ultimate respect for its former team. Right, let's see who's to blame here then, because it was shot from outside the box. Far too much space. Who's that? I think Yefty gets caught ball watching as well, to be fair. Yeah, Yefty's fault. I think Yefty, and then it's caught on there. Mason Mount plays it into that right-hand side. Diallo has a lot of time, sends Yefty for hot dogs. Barron tries to close him down, but yeah, not good enough from our new signing, Yefty. Man U scored, yeah. I don't give a toss about Europe. I mean, that sucks to be you, mate. Fuck that. That's the good thing about being in the Scottish Premiership, is that we get to play in Europe. If it was just Scottish football constantly and we had nothing else with that, you know, no Europa League, no Champions League, it'd be fucking boring. Well, it'd be boring for some fans anyway, but yeah, I wouldn't wish I just play domestic football all the time. Europe's a good gateway because it's good. It's good to test yourselves against other teams. I wouldn't like it without Europe, to be fair. Well, obviously, I would still support the team, but I wouldn't like watching it as much. I love European nights. Best nights ever. To be fair, I can probably understand why Celtic fans don't like European nights, get pumped all the time. But for us lot, you know, we enjoy Thursday nights and stuff like that. You know, we have quite a good a record of going on good trips. I went to some good trips. Obviously, I was in Seville for the final in 2022. So yeah, it was quite good. A few trips and that here, there, everywhere. Big moments. I mean, I wouldn't like it either if I was getting pumped all the time, but yeah, Rangers is a different animal in Europe. We just need to bring that beast to the domestic league. Lorna says, haha, you are good for a laugh. Ain't no way you'll win the league anytime soon. Also, I don't think so. I mean, if you ask me right now, do I think Rangers will win the league? No, but playing devil's advocate, what I would say is, what makes you so confident? I mean, there wasn't too much difference between the two teams last year. That's what I would say. And I don't think Celtic are going to be getting the checkbook out anytime soon either. So that's what I would say about the situation. Just to go off of it, as I said, I do think we'll fall short again next year, just because we're not really making the acquisitions. But why are you so confident? There's not that much difference between the two teams. As I said, Celtic was still poor. Celtic has still got a lot of work to do this summer as well, and I have a feeling that you won't do it. Celtic swapped a retired keeper with a retired keeper. Biscuit is still there. All the money is in Lawwell's attic. That's the problem with Celtic. They have the money, but they just don't spend it. And as I said, people were talking about, I do like, as I said, Kasper Schmeichel, but the utmost respect for Kasper Schmeichel. I do think he's a fantastic goalkeeper, and I'll stick that on record. But does anyone know what he's been doing over the last 2 years? Like, people are judging him on his Leicester days, and I'm an incredible goalkeeper, and I still stand by it. Fantastic. But has anyone actually watched him in the last 2 years? Nice? Anderlecht? Again, I'm not going to make a judgment because I'll probably get clipped up come the end of the season, knowing my luck. But, everyone's talking about coups and stuff like that. But what's he done the last 2 years? It's the reason why Anderlecht didn't want to keep him. Just a question to let you know. And Anderlecht didn't play great last season. It's not like they won the league in that. So, just interesting. It was just a conversation to have. You come Man U again. Ball forward again now here for Man U. David says, because we dropped silly points against the likes of Hearts, twice, St Johnstone, etc. Then there's any difference between Celtic and Rangers, the results head-to-head between them. Yeah, but we dropped points against fucking Dundee and all that lot, Sorry for my French, by the way, but since getting to Austria, I have a bit of a swearing problem. It's the person that I'm living with. She swears a lot. I was trying to get a bite there. 4K a week at Anderlecht. Brendan must have thrown him a bone, says Alan Austin. Oh, here comes Man U again. Look at the second. Oof, just goes over the bar. We never even played Ahmad. Well, we played him 13 times, so that's factually incorrect. But you're right, we didn't play him near as much as we should have, to be fair. Ball forward to Amad Diallo. Ball forward again now here for Rangers. Can we get a goal before half time? It's Dessers. Scott Wright. Closed down there again by Man U. Terrible time at Nice. Facts is head-to-head. We drew once and won the rest. We rest our case. Cool. Right, troops, it's half time. I'm going to go make a coffee and stuff because I've been talking for about an hour and 15 minutes and I'm freaking buzzled. So I'm going to get a coffee. I won't be too long. As I said, we're back ready to go for the second half or just before the second half. Don't go anywhere. Well, do go somewhere. Go get yourself a brew or something. Hit the like button. Speak amongst yourself. Keep it clean. And I'll see you all in a moment. Well, you might see me in the background making a coffee. 2 secs. I'll try and be quick. Hello all guys, back, ready to go for the second half. There's likely to be changes. I can already see Matondo coming on the park as we speak. There's probably going to be a few more changes throughout the second half as well. I'll keep you up to date with regards to the Man United team and all that ting down there in the comment section below. Guys, we are closing on 100 likes. Please, I have OCD. I really don't like two numbers. So please do hit the old like button and let's get this to triple figures. Whether you are a Rangers fan, Man U fan, or a Celtic fan, do hit the like button. As I said, anything you want to do on a Saturday to keep yourself entertained, it is not my business. But Matondo is going to be coming on anyway. He's going to be taking over Cortez. And talking about Cortez, he's done hee-haw. I've just realised that Cortez was playing in the park. He's done absolutely nothing. Actually, to be fair, he made that run on the counter-attack, but nothing came of it. But yeah, he was on the park. Not really did anything. He didn't really catch my eye, which I'm pretty disappointed in, but it is the start of pre-season. However, having said that, Matondo usually likes to put in a good show in pre-season, so we'll see what he's all about. Manchester is red. It certainly is. After that FA Cup win, eh? I suppose. I didn't see that FA Cup winning, actually. I wasn't watching the game. Obviously, I was watching Rangers v Celtic, but I was very surprised by them winning that, of course. Anyway, second half is underway. Manchester United get us started for the second half. As I said, 1-0 at the half-time break. And as stated, a change from Rangers, and that's about it. Nothing else more on the other side of things. Here come United down the other side. Davies clears it away, and here come Rangers pushing forward. Steph M says, Portes is best. We don't know, mate. We don't know. It's too early to say. Ball forward there from Unana. Ball down again now here for Man U. Another opportunity now. Ooh, that was a good ball there by the Manchester United right back, Wan-Bissaka. Oh, it wasn't Wan-Bissaka, sorry. But someone with a similar haircut to Wan-Bissaka. Sorry, they don't have any names on their jerseys, the Manchester United players, so I couldn't tell. I just assumed because he was right back. Ball here again for United. Alan, I was joking, mate. I was only mucking around. I know it's pre-season. I don't look at too much as pre-season. Honestly, the first two games, I don't really care too much about the result. Hence why I'm not really that super invested in every single pass as I would be in a normal game. It's pre-season. Second game of pre-season. I start judging us really probably on Wednesday, and then probably start judging us a bit later on with regards to the other stuff as well later. Ball forward. Another little pass there again. Here come Rangers once more. Man U. Man U back on the ball. Clearing it away. Man U out to that left-hand side. Here's another opportunity for them. Ball into the area. Cleared it away there by Rangers. Just about. Ooh, here's another opportunity. Man U forward once more. Who else is going to speak up for the Celtic? Oh, I can't be saying that. Ball forward again. Manchester United. Someone had to do it. What kind of glow... Well, okay, Champions League's coming up. So I think Monday, that's our big headline, is that we're going to have the Champions League qualifiers coming up. So whilst this is on, whilst I said I don't take too much notice of pre-season, we do have a competitive game of football coming up in less than 2 weeks. So I probably will start to take that Birmingham game seriously in terms of what we're going to be all about. Qualifying round draw. Let's have a little look what's going on there. As I said, some of the Champions League games were played. Hold up, I'm just going to have a little look on next week what the sort of fixtures are, because there's 4 possibilities, of course, of who we could play. So let's see who else there is to play. Champions League. Oh yeah, so we can either play... So games to watch upon this week is Partizan Beograd and Dinamo Kiev. And then, of course, Fenerbahce versus Lugano, Swiss team. Those sides there. Part of me doesn't... Well, part of me would want Fenerbahce, but part of me does not. So I'm hoping Lugano do win that. Hopefully we can get another Swiss team, because I'm not too far from the border, and it'd be lovely to go and see. And, of course, my love... She is Swiss, so it would be good to see Rangers play a Swiss team. I might go out to go see that if we got to Lugano in the next round. But of course, they've got Fenerbahce in the next round, so that's going to be an interesting watch. And then Dinamo Kiev and Partizan Belgrade. I mean, I'm a Belgrade guy. I was living in Belgrade last year, of course. I must admit I went to Crvena Zvezda though. But it's a great city for an away day. I don't think Kiev these days is a good day for an away day. So it would probably be best to get Partizan. I would love that game against Partizan. It would be an amazing match to watch. So yeah, I would rather one of those. I don't want any Lille or anything like that. Here comes Matondo again. Another opportunity for him. Into the area. And slips. And that goes out for a corner there to Rangers. Live update on any on Casemiro. I mean, I'm not a Manchester United representative, but I don't think he's going anywhere. I do think Manchester United have agreed a deal for Ugar, though. Ball forward and for Rangers. Another chance there. Shot from just outside the box. John Hasbulla says Partizan, mate. I would love Partizan. If you've not been to Belgrade, by the way, amazing city. And I went to Crvena Zvezda, so I went for a game last summer to Crvena Zvezda, which is Red Star Belgrade. I went to their stadium, right? And I went for a league game, so I went for the equivalent of what Rangers versus Ross County or something like that, right? And my goodness me, they set the stadium alight. The fans are bonkers, man. It was literally Rangers versus Ross County was like the equivalent game. It was like some crap team at the bottom of the table, and I think the football was horrendous to watch. It was a shit game, but my goodness me, the fans, you should stop watching the fans. They just set alight the whole of the stadium, and then just started chanting and singing. So I wouldn't mind a little Belgrade away day. That'd be sick. Partizan would be good as well. Either or. I would like Lugano or I would like Partizan. That'd be amazing. Not Dinamo Kiev. Again, no disrespect to Ukraine and stuff, but I don't think it's fit for purpose. Actually, no, they play somewhere else at this time. Where do they play? Dinamo Kiev are playing home against Beograd at NSK Olympiasiki. So they play in Greece. Where is that? Where are Dinamo Kiev playing their home games right now? Where is that? Oh, they still play in Ukraine. Oh, shit. I didn't know it was bad. I didn't know if Ukraine was bad. Sorry. Pardon my ignorance. I didn't know it was fit for purpose. Wow. But yeah, we'll find either way. Why I'm on a tangents about these sort of teams. We'll find out who we play on Tuesday. Sorry, on Monday. We'll know who we're going to play. But yeah, low-key want Partizan Belgrade. That'd be a sick game. Honestly, that'd be so good. They've already started their league as well, actually. Probably not the best time to play them either. They've just started their league. Their first game of the season was just then. So they're going to be a lot sharper than us, to be fair, Partizan. Then who else? Lille, I think. Yeah, maybe. So I'm just trying to catch up on some of the live chat. Guys, keep it clean, chill, relax. Let's have fun. Let's talk. Here come Rangers pushing forward now. Blocked away again there by Man U. Rangers back on the ball once more. Plays it all the way back over to Davies. Davies plays it out to that left-hand side once more. Another opportunity now here for Yafty. Yafty driving through. Another little pass there again by Manchester United. And again just cleared away. Another opportunity now for Man U going the other way as they look to try and bolster their lead here at Murrayfield. Opportunity, long ball into the box. And again, cleared there by Rangers. Who did the manager bring on? He only brought on Matondo. He took off Cortez and brought on Matondo. There was only one change. We don't know who we're playing in the Champions League. We've got options. So it's either... So obviously the qualifying round 2 is ongoing this week, which will be between Dynamo Kiev and Partizan Belgrade. So the winner of those ones we could potentially play, or the game between Lugano and Fenerbahce. So one of those 4, but there's another 2 teams that have already qualified as well in the qualifying round 3 that we could also play. So yeah, a variety of teams, but I was just trying to pick the ones that I would like to play. Either Partizan would be great, or Lugano. Or there's other 2 options as well, but we'll find out soon. Ball forward again here for Man United. Man United pushing forward down that right-hand side once more. Here's another opportunity for them. And again, just passing in inside or outside the box. Rangers standing off a little bit. I did see a little bit analyst through from Manchester United. I've got a Manchester United friend who did some work for me recently. And he is talking about, from Manchester United's perspective, there's still a lot of gaps in their midfield. You know, we've been quite on the counter a lot recently as well. So, from a Man United perspective, there's still gaps in your midfield at this moment in time. But we're not really getting that way. James Alexander says, Dynamo Kiev play in Lublin, Poland. Oh, okay. Right, I didn't know that. Colin Reed says, Lugano currently losing 1-0 to Grasshoppers. The Swiss League has just started too. Nice. I wouldn't mind. We had a Swiss team last year. I wouldn't mind the Swiss teams, to be fair. They're not too shabby for a qualifying round 3. You don't want to be stunk with Fenerbahce. Like, I know Fenerbahce are probably not the greatest side ever, but you still don't want to be lumped with them in the qualifying round 3. Taking Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho can navigate qualifiers, and I just don't want to be playing Fenerbahce straight away, especially with the whole world on Fenerbahce at this moment in time. No way. No way. It's not a good recipe for. It's a recipe for disaster. We'll keep with the Swiss team. We'll keep with the Serbian Partizan Belgrade. And that would be good enough for us. Ball back over to that left-hand side. It's Tom Lawrence once more. Did score a free kick in the last one, though. Another opportunity now again here for Rangers. And again, just goes out of play and goes out for a goal kick to United. Unana over this one. Guys, can you put me out of misery, please? Hit the like button. 14 likes away for the goal. And that'll be us for today. And I'll stop pestering you, I promise. As we come into the final half an hour of this game. Still Manchester United 1, Rangers 0. So much. Dan had to create channels and had to do... We have a lot of channels, but not the one that you were mentioning. I've got quite a few channels that we've invested in. Yeah. I've got a train crash. Anyone like train crash investigations? I've just recently started a new channel in the train crash. High production as well, to be fair. So it's growing quite quickly recently. So if you do like train crash investigations and disaster documentaries away from football, but either way, we still invested into that as well. So do check it out if you want. It's a new project. But it's fast growth at this moment in time. A couple thousand subscribers also. But you can check it out. It's quite cool. Bring back PSF, it was class. Nah, we're going to bring back PSF soon, yeah. But in a more of a thing. So have you ever seen Panenka LFC or Panenka TV? I did some Scottish football creations for that, but I'm currently doing something for Project at the moment. It's quite high production. I'm thinking of doing that, but for Scottish football. So bringing back pure Scottish football and stuff like that, but more high production, quality, and depth analysis rather than me bringing news and stuff like that. So we've got some ideas in the pipeline. Don't worry, I'm not sitting back and relaxing by any means. I've got a lot of work that we're currently doing, but yeah. Oh, here come Rangers on the counter. Another opportunity here down that right side. This could be an opportunity, surely, to get an equaliser. Come on, Tondo. He's gone down in the box. And nothing comes of that. We got shit in the fucking final third, aren't we? We're crap. What's the train channel called? Right, I'll send you the train channel, guys. But as I said, I try and keep it away from stuff. But hold on, let me try and get it up quickly. Train Horrors. There we go. It's called Train Horrors. If you want to check it out, go check it out. It's called Train Horrors. That's the name of the channel. It has about 2,500 subscribers. We only started a month ago, so just chill with us a little bit. But as you can see, the views and the growth's doing quite well. So we'll see. But for those of you into train disasters, then you might be entertained by it. I like your feedback if you want to give it to me. I've had an idea of that, Milo, to be fair. I was thinking of creating like a Scottish football kickoff, but it's quite hard to do, you know. It's a bit, you know, you have to invest a bit of money in the space. You have to invest a bit of money in the production and stuff like that. It takes a bit of time to build up, and then obviously you have to get the talent and people to come on. So no, I would bring people into the. I would bring people. I think of maybe doing something like that, but it takes a bit of time to build. It takes a bit longer to build in terms of investing money into like a studio, having more higher production. But yeah, I quite like the idea of maybe like a Scottish football kickoff, but. Yeah, we'd have to get people assembled, and as I said, we have to invest a bit more money into it. Maybe get some sponsors, get some talent and stuff like that. And yeah, but yeah, I would like the idea. I think there's missing something in that space. I'm surprised Open Goal didn't do something like that. Open Goal would do quite well if they did that situation with the kind of live watching setup, like they do a Celtic, like a watch along essentially, but. In their studio, because they've kind of got the money and the resources behind them. It'd be quite easy for them to start doing. Or Clyde Radio. I'm surprised they haven't done something similar. But interesting. Certainly some space out there. Ball forward again now here for Manchester United. Again, looking to, just holding the ball, just passing along that left-hand side here again for... another United player. Sorry, I don't know a lot of these players' names. That probably shows the situation that we're in. To be fair, I've got quite good knowledge on the Premier League as well. And yeah, I don't know any of these guys' names. I think they're like academy players, which is not good for us. Oh, God. It's going to be an interesting season, isn't it, troops? How many changes did they make? Where is it? Manchester United. Here we go. Do they make changes? No. So they took Mount off. They took Wheatley off. They took Casemiro off. They took Evan. They took all their good players off. Who have they stuck on? And we're still getting dominated. Who have they brought on? All the good players have gone off. Mate, oh my God, this is embarrassing. Oh no. Mate, so they took, I was wondering why I didn't know any of these players. So they took Mount off, they took Wheatley off, they took Casemiro, they took Collier, they took Evans, they took Yoro, and they took Wan-Bissaka off and brought in, these are the names of these players. And no disrespect to these young lads, it's a big achievement for them, of course, playing for Manchester United. But they brought on Joe Hugel, Maxi Odell, Jack Fletcher, Ethan Ennis, William Fish, Reece Bennett, Harry Hamas, and Javi Gugana, and they're still dominating us. They're still having the majority of the chances. God's sakes, man. What's he said? This United team will finish top in the 3. Mate, this isn't even a Man United team. This is the reserves. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I am expecting a little bit more from Rangers. I know I said I wasn't taking too much into pre-season, but Man United have played the same amount of pre-season matches as us. They played against Rosenborg, which was a good game for them. But, yeah, I mean, listen, trust me. We should still be having more of the possession, more of the ball, and creating more chances against these boys. They're teenagers. And I know we're in the second game of pre-season, but so are they. This isn't even the Man United B team. This is the Man United D team. I've never even heard of some of these players. Granted, first half they had a decent side out, but they've took all the good players off now. Sancho's probably the only player that's left on the park. They like that. Man United need to crack on, get a grip with the Glazers and get that 90k stadium built. We need a 90k stadium built as well. We would sell that out, to be fair. We'd sell that week in, week out. Well, maybe not, but we would do well. Come on, Rangers. I'm going to start seeing a little bit more from us. Come on. Guys have paid 58 quid to watch this. Only delusion from the Tims and their club's capability. Man United own Rangers. I mean, look, they've just paid £60 million for a defender that played for 45 minutes. So I wouldn't. I mean, funnily enough, they probably spent more than we have ever have in our history. So, yeah, I mean, of course, you're probably looking at finances. Of course, they probably should have. Here come Rangers again. Davies. Should have bought Diallo, mate. We would never have been able to afford Diallo. I think Diallo was £35 million. Again, I'll be corrected if I'm wrong there on that one, but I'm sure he was £35 million. Ball down that right-hand side. Another opportunity again. Oh, there's a through ball. Here come Rangers now down that right-hand side. Good challenge there. Guys are playing for their life. Come on, Rangers. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Play the ball back. Oh, I mean, 58 quid. 58 quid is mental. And man, you just pulled out a team that's just like, yeah, as I said, the E team. 19 million. Oh, that's it. Sorry, Yelladine. Yeah, 19 million pounds. Sorry. He's a good player, though. As I said, at Rangers, we misused him massively. I thought he was a fantastic little player. Just played wrong in the system. I don't think it was cut out for Scottish football anyway. I don't like it would need to be anyway. But here comes Yefti. Tondo, chance. Out to that left-hand side. Opportunity. Right. Oh, that was the chance there. I thought that was the right goal that we were going to get. This man ain't leaving. Was anyone actually... Ibis, I mean, look, come on. I wasn't expecting us to win. It's pre-season. I don't care too much. I'm not going to lie. But as I said, Man United not star-studded team, but they had, half the team were of, first-team players. Lenny Yoro just came in, all etc., etc. But look, they've took all those good players off now. We're playing against youth now. We're playing against children. Apart from Jadon Sancho and Onana, we're playing against their academy graduates. We should be doing a lot better, bearing in mind that we're playing a competitive game in 1 week and a half. So, yes, I'm not expecting, but I'm expecting us to look into context. I'm not saying we should be beating Manchester United, but what I'm saying is looking at the team with the academy graduates just playing, that I think we should be doing better. Genuinely. Unana. Is there any Man U fans in here? I just want to ask a question on Unana. What do you guys make of him? I remember as a start of the season, he was having a tough time, wasn't he? He was making like some howlers and that. But what's like the Man U fans' thoughts on him now, like as a player, as a goalkeeper for Man United? Rangers 70 says, man, don't be that mad. Oh, season's a write-off already. I hope not. Nah, it's not a write-off. There's a long way to go. There's not too much between between Rangers and Celtic. There's not too much between us both. But, it depends how much players they're going to bring in this summer transfer window. They've not done much. They've not moved. They've not progressed this summer. Let's put it that way. They brought in one goalkeeper for another goalkeeper. They've got a new backup goalkeeper, and they've brought in Kasper Schmeichel. That's all they've done so far. Bearing in mind there's 6 weeks left to go, yes, but if history was to repeat itself, I don't think they're going to do too much more business from here on out, unless they sell Matt O'Reilly or whatever. He's our top goalkeeper. Ain't scoring against Unana, best in the Premier League. Come on United, says Azion. No need to sell some players, mate. We have no cash to bring in quality. Oh, Man U 2-0. Oh, who's this? Who scored? I don't even know who this guy is. We're in trouble, by the way. I know it's pre-season, but fuck me. I mean, this is quite embarrassing, actually, I must admit. 2-0. I mean, as I said, I know it's pre-season, and I keep saying that. I know it's pre-season, but we're playing against their youth graduates. And we've got, our main team on. That's pretty poor. And the way that our defensive line was there for that goal. How's he beat him to that? This is why you can't start a season with it's missing in the park. It's lethargic from Diamande. Davies, lethargic. How is he getting that time and space? Fucking hell. How is he picking that pass out? Davies should have been on that one. Or both of them. Defending is atrocious. And as I said, this is not we're playing against... Thank you, James Lindsay. Yeah, thank you for checking out, mate. It's a project that we're working on. I think it will be quite big in the future, but we'll see what happens over time, to be fair. Yeah, I think we made I think we put with Matondo came on instead of Cortez. Diamande's got to be doing. I got to fray away from bringing down the team. I've got a fray about bringing around the team. It's second game pre-season. I know no one's looking at it, but it's basic errors that we saw last year in terms of defensively. There's absolutely no chance that we can start a season with Suter and Davies as our centre-back pairing. There's absolutely no chance. People making the situation with regards to Goldson going out the door, great, but freaking hell, Davies and Suter cannot be starting as our centre-back partnership going into that game against Hearts. It can't happen. Just can't happen. I'd rather Balogun start the game. And he's ancient. He's 38 or something like that. Here come Rangers on the counter-attack, though. Can we get something? Probably not, because Dessers is on the ball. It's overhit way too much. Here comes Matondo. Matondo down that left-hand side. Plays it in. And again, the counter-attack was nothing because Dessers is rank rotten. Let's have a little look at this quickly. Davies was good in England. He fell off badly. I thought he was all right in England. Decent. How much business is coming in next week? I don't know too much. In terms of the Whittaker bid, again, what I would say with regards to the source is Scott Burns is a decent source in Scottish football in terms of his daily record. So take of that what you will, but. If he's put up an exclusive, he's got a good track record, and with their exclusives, there must be some truth in it. But if he was going to make up a story, he's not going to sit there and say 7 million quid, is he? So there must be some truth in it. I don't know what it is. I'm on the fence with regards to. We'll have to wait and see any more sources. Maybe Inside Rangers sources will come out and talk about it. But certainly something's going on, I think, with regards to that one. We'll have to wait and see with regards to it. We need to invest in a new striker and a centre-back and we need to invest in more than that, buddy. A new centre-back, yeah, definitely. The thing is, right, this is what I would say to you, troops, right? What's this boy's name? Who's the boy that went to Norwich? So, Cordoba. So, we're in the market for a new centre-back. We're in the market for a new centre-back. We get that new... we miss out on that new centre-back. How can we've just moved our... How can we've set our targets on somebody else now? How come we're not making a move for... what's his name? For a new centre-back. Why are we not hearing anything about a new centre-back? So Cordoba, we didn't go get him in. We wanted to try and get a centre-back in right at the start of the season. It didn't materialise, and now we've just sat back and relaxed and decided not to go in for a centre-back. We need a new striker pronto. I don't know what we're doing with regards to this Mivioski and this Lawrence Shanklin within this division. That would be better than Dessers. I can't watch Dessers for another year. I can't. I'm pulling my hair out watching a second pre-season friendly with him playing football. Genuinely. There's a lot that needed dealing with, right? There's a lot of work to be done, troops, in terms of what we've got here. Genuinely, there's a lot of work to be done. Here come Rangers now on the counter-attack, potentially creating something. Here's Matondo. Oh, fucking hell. Good defended by Manchester United, to be fair. Lawrence, he's falling over. Bring on the new Messi. Yeah. Sorry, but you guys ain't winning the league. Thank you, Azion, mate. Thank you. I mean, I think a lot of Rangers fans 50-50 on that, as you can see. There's been a 524 votes. And now we're going to be making some changes here. Danilo, Balogun, King, Lowry, all going to be coming on the park here. So there's a big plethora of changes. Hopefully we'll start to see something. Yeah, I know, mate. I would give 100% effort, Blue Nose Bob, mate. I would give 100% effort. Does it mean I should be playing for Rangers? No. But do you know what I mean? Like, I get the point that he plays. He's a likeable guy, for the record. You know, I could probably go down and, you know, sit down, have a beer with him or something. But, you know, it doesn't mean I want him playing as a number 9 for Rangers just because he's a likeable character and he works hard. Like, I like that, great, but there's better in our league. You know, Hearts have a better striker than us and Aberdeen have a better striker than us. And that's the problem. You know, you're looking at other clubs in the world, you know, so maybe Manchester United is a bad example, but, you know, if Bayern Munich, you know, someone's doing good in their league, they give them they bring someone else in. They bring someone else in through the door from their league. They hoover up the talent. Hearts have got a better striker than us, and so do Aberdeen. We can't be doing that. And, you know, from a Celtic perspective as well, if you're a Celtic fan, you can't be allowing them to have better strikers than both. And probably Celtic have actually got some decent strikers, so they're all right. They've got Kyogo and what's his? I can't mind his name, but yeah, they got Kyogo. But we haven't got a good enough striker. We haven't got one, and there's one in our league. There's two in our league that play for different teams. Aberdeen and lesser teams play for Aberdeen Aberdeen Hearts that we could be getting, but we should have got one of them in January. We wouldn't be in this mess. I would take, if we have to, I would rather that Ramiari guy. I would rather Ramiari. I think he looks like a good player, to be fair. I would rather him, but having said, if we can't get that, if that's not, 2 million quid for a 29-year-old Lawrence Shanklin, that's all it would take. Hearts chatting shit, no one else is coming in for him. My Hearts will have to sell because he's a Rangers fan and Rangers are big enough to say, look, to kick up a fuss and pull yourself out and we'll get you cheap. That's all he has to do. I know he's a bit of a professional and stuff, but he's a Rangers fan and he's 28, 29 or whatever. He's coming to the end of his, not at the end of his career, but he's coming to the end of that chance to get a big move. So he'll push for a move. If there's a whiff that Rangers are in from, he'll push for a move, definitely. And Hearts will be forced to accept it. Hearts will be forced to accept something. We'll give them Lammers, straight swap. That's what I would do. Lammers, straight swap. That's what we got to do. Troy Parrott from Spurs, yeah, he would have been a good player. But Rangers we're not really astute with our business, to be fair. Well, recently we haven't been, but we'll have to see. We'll start with a new regime. Here comes Davies. Rangers now back in play. See if we can do anything here in the final 10 minutes. Ball down that right hand side. As I said, I don't think I'm not on the bandwagon of Lawrence Shankland changes us. But if there's a whiff that we can't get another striker in, and we're getting into August and we're starting with Cyril Dessers, man, as I said, I'm not on the bandwagon of Lawrence Shankland solves all of our problems in life. But my goodness me, he makes us a lot better, and we win a lot of those games that we dropped points in last year if we have him in the team. Another chance now here for Rangers. And I want to strike. When was the last time we got a decent striker that scored goals? Sholak. It was Sholak. When was like getting excited about a striker? You know, when you're younger, they're the players that you get really excited about joining your club. I was excited with Sholak. Then he ended up not getting picked. And we ended up bringing fucking Lammers and Dessers for a combined 8 million quid or whatever it was. Oh, those two. Love them. Dessers cost us the title last season. No, the Rangers board cost us the title last season. The Rangers board, because I said, I didn't just say, I'm not saying I am some messiah, but we all said in January that if we bring a striker in, whether that had been Lawrence Shankland, we would have won the league title. 3 million quid is what Hearts wanted at that time. If we had paid that £3 million, we'd have 40 million pounds in the bank now from the Champions League. Bet you. Because he would have scored in them games against Motherwell at Ibrox. He would have scored in those games against Dundee. He would have scored in those games against Ross County that we dropped points in. So it was a £40 million mistake from the board, and I bet they wish they didn't fucking make that mistake anymore. I don't know what was going through the head that thinking that we had enough to go on and win the league title of what we had at our disposal. Was Danilo already injured in January as well? Did they really? Oh no, it was because we brought Fabio Silva in. So that was the problem. We thought they were trying to be smart. I think maybe Bisgrove was going, because I don't think that was a Nils Koopman signing, because Nils Koopman wasn't even in through the door then. Nils Koopman wasn't in through the door until he didn't start work till January 1st. So he was responsible for Cortez and Diamande. But I don't think he was responsible for Fabio Silva. They went, right, we'll get Fabio Silva in and we'll bring him in and over Lawrence Shankland or someone like that, trying to be smart. And it went Pete Tong. It was really, really poor. We've wasted Lammers, says Jamie. Well, again, look. Let's see what he's like in pre-season, but we're not giving him a chance in pre-season. That's another thing. If there's a scope that we're not selling this player and we're not getting any more strikers in, if we're not spending money, then I'd rather him not be set in the B team. I'd rather him be playing games for us right now and starting matches as a striker, and we'll see what he's all about. You know, he had a good season with Utrecht in the second half of last season, broke Dutch records. And if there's no pan that we're going to be able to offload the player, then we might as well put him in the team and see what we can do in pre-season. We're out of options. Straight swap. Hearts, Sam Lammers for Lawrence Shankland. And they'll accept it as well, because they have to. Ball forward. Danilo injured, brought in Fabio, who turned out to be shit. He ended up playing on the left anyway. Too many injuries, cost us the late. I genuinely don't think it was just that, bro. I think if a striker was brought in January, I think it would have been game over. I know hindsight's a wonderful thing, but I remember Rangers fans on deadline day crying from the rooftops. Sign Shankland, sign Shankland, sign Shankland. Barry Ferguson, everyone. It was a Rangers persuasion saying sign Shankland. We signed Shankland, I think, as I said. Hindsight is incredible, right? But I genuinely do believe we signed Shankland. We would have won the league title, but we would have also beaten Benfica in the Europa League. Because there wasn't too much between the two teams, Benfica and Rangers, in those games. And it wasn't for our shit finishing as well. That cost us that game as well. We didn't have any options, really, because we had so many injuries. So I think if Shankland was actually playing, we would have won the title and probably progressed in the Europa League. And who knows what would happen there. Because Liverpool went out to Atalanta. So, and interesting. Hang the shank. Anyway, 7 minutes left to go. To be fair, it's a training session, but we've not really done ourselves justice. I don't think we've been good enough at all. We've been playing against, first half, yeah, fair enough, it was a decent team. Second half, we've been playing against children. We've been playing against a Manchester United D team, honestly. I've never seen any of these players on the park right now, except from Onana, obviously. And that's not to be disrespected to Manchester United and their team, by the way, so don't take any offence to it. I'm begrudging Rangers. The boys that are on the pitch right now, cough if you've heard of these players. Joe Hugel, Maxi Odelay, Jack Fletcher. I've heard of Hannibal, actually. Ethan Ennis, William Fish, Reece Bennett, Harry Amas, Habib Uguni. I don't even know any of these players. Haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue who any of these guys are. I know Sancho, obviously, and Onana. That's it. I don't know any of those players. Never heard of them in my life. Giving us too much respect. Rosenberg beat us. There's no disrespect to the young guys. I say Man United, of course, going to be better than Rangers, but not this team that's playing in the second half. They're not even just beating us, they're playing us off the park. Passing capabilities. But that's 2 losses in pre-season. I mean, whatever. You don't need to look too much into pre-season, I know, but it's still frightening that the fact that we're not doing anything. Same old mistakes from last year. Same crap in the defence. Who's this? Goldson. Yeah, classic ball there. Honestly, depressing times. Oh well, we might do a Scottish Cup run next year. Who knows? Qualify for Europe. We're going to lose our fucking European coefficient as well, which is annoying. If we keep stinking the place out, who knows? We're a cup team these days. Nah, joking. I'm not going to get carried away, guys. There's still 6 weeks to go of the transfer window. We've got time to build stuff, but let's just wait and see. Fish was at Hibs last season. I have, but because I play Football Manager. Oh, is it? I didn't know. I do play Football Manager, but I think I'm in the year 2045. And I'm actually at Man United, by the way. I started at Hamburg. 2045 season I'm in right now. So I started at Hamburg, there for 4 years. Won the Bundesliga 2. I think I won the Conference League as well. Nothing anything special. Juventus, 4 on the trot. Won 4 titles on the bounce with Juventus. Then I went to Real Madrid. I was headhunted to Real Madrid. Won 4 titles, 2 Champions Leagues there. Easy at Real Madrid though. Been at Man United. But Man United have been really bad in the game. So like they were 16th when I took over them. And we just won the league last year. I won 2 league titles with them now. So I'm going to finish second this season, I think. But we're in the Champions League semi-finals. So I'm doing all right. I'm not doing too bad on Football Manager. 2045. I've been playing it since November, that same save. So it's been fun. Ball forward now here for Onana. Now to that left-hand side. Here come Rangers. Now it's McCausland. Down that right side again now over Jerts. 3 minutes to go left of the 90. But anyway, if you want my prediction, Man U fans, I think you're going to have a good season this year. I don't know. I think the tides are changing for Man United. I don't want to jinx it for Manchester United. I think, not on the basis of what I've seen here, but I do think something's happening at Manchester United. I do think, I think what happened with Man U is just they were a mess at the top and they had no transfer sort of strategy. So I do think Man U are going to be good next year. I don't think you'll win the league. I don't think you'll win the league, but potentially win the Europa League or potentially finish in the top 4. I think that you could definitely do. But Rangers there with a shot and that goes straight to the goalkeeper. What do you expect with Mr. Serial Desses? Here come Rangers once more. Oh, chance there again. Now Man U going up the other way. And then back over to the goalkeeper there in Butland. No, I don't do. Well, I don't. I never do saves in Scott. I would never do Rangers saves. It's a bit boring. I do. To be fair, I do. If I do a Scottish football save, I've been playing Football Manager for years, man. So if I do a Scottish football save, I'll always start with like, Queen's Park or something like that, and just grind on them for like 30 seasons or something like that. Build up from there. I never start with Rangers I'll never ever start with Celtic anyway. But I would never start with really Rangers. I just find it a bit boring. Because you win the league in the first year and it's kind of done, and get a bit bored. Ball forward here from Matondo. And then cleared away. Yaladin says, won't win the league until 3 years. Minimum top 4 in Europa expectations for most fans. There's no reason why you shouldn't be winning the Europa League next year. To be fair, as I said, I don't like to compare budgets and talk about budgets and stuff like that, but the Premier League's far out. Who else is in the Europa League for Man U? Man U and Spurs. So, is it Spurs? Are Spurs in there? Yeah, Man U and Spurs? Yeah. So, yeah, Man U and Spurs in the Europa League. Spurs, they're not going to win the Europa League, the trophy. But you're looking at the Europa League the way it is now with this league phase. There's no Champions League dropouts now, so you should be winning it really from the thing. But obviously, it's not as plain sailing as it always is. Otherwise, the richest team would always win all of the Champions League, Europa League, and all these kind of things. Like Aston Villa didn't win it last year, so things in European football can change. But if you're Man U, you probably do think you could win the Europa League, and who knows? Look, Man U and Rangers could meet next year in that league phase, because I want to be optimistic that we're going to get into the Champions League, but I just think we're going to get papped out because we're honking so far anyway. But that's it, guys. Game's finished 2-0. Man United 2, Rangers 0. Not that happy for the trade that. But maybe I could do a bit of match reaction later. Hit the like, hit the old subscribe, and I will see you all later. I'll be back on Wednesday for another one of these streams. And hopefully we've got a signing by then, but playing Birmingham. But I'll see you all next time, guys. Take care.